You could say in one page that the solar system, in a casual page, mind you, is yang yin, yang yang, yin yin, and yin yang. So we're putting it into the context of the solar system, not a particular object or subject. The solar system, that which is its own subject and object, and within the different, how the elements react in different ways before and after. The solar system has it creates different channels based on how the different elements kind of solidify after their passing of the elements. So within that, there's different types of solar systems. And you could say the yang-yang solar system is that which is coming most without going towards the external. And that solar system that's going towards the most external, that's what the transits are really pointing to. The transits are pointing to the activity that's going towards the external. And for the material level, the external and the internal for the material level. So as that's happening, the moon that was in a new moon on Libra, that was for the external realms. Like all the transits, respectively, they're pointing towards the external. So like the dynamics of the planets and how they conjure up energy, it's for the physical external, right? That which pushes outward, and within that which pushes outward, some planets are more in a nearby radius station. The moon is closer to the Earth as opposed to the outer planets. That moon was in such a dynamic where it's adjacent, more or less, and has a perspective angular dynamic from the constellations, the spaces of the constellations, towards the different planets that are placed in constellations that cater towards the Earth and the Earth and the Sun dynamics, because that's what's closely affecting us. We're on the Earth, we're seeing the Sun and the Moon in a certain close radius dynamic near us, and then where the Moon is placed within the new moons, that season within that space, it's catering towards that energy towards the Earth for the external, you know? So the whole astrology transit thing, it's for a particular context of the solar system that's going towards the external, respectively. So within that external solar system, the moon, when it's in the new moon, that space is delivering its physical object energy towards itself and its space, and it's having a relationship to the Earth for the physical external, right? So within the physical external, the new moon that's in Libra and Scorpio and all the different new moons, and how they have a transit from new moon to full moon, then descending moon. The descending moons are in relationship to it's activating in the activity for the external solar system dynamics when the sun is in Libra and the new moon is in Libra. So this Taurus moon right now, it's a descending moon. Taurus is in gate 2, pure, and this Taurus moon right here and the sun dynamics of the Libra, it's telling us to like really chill out if we can. It's telling us to really be receptive. It's telling, and how we're more or less receptive or not receptive, that's our own stuff that we have to clean up and iron out, right? Because when the moon is in Taurus like this, when the sun is in Libra, we've already got the orbital charge of the moon being new to full to now descending. And the orbital charge was from new to full of such a way where the new moon is kind of like focused on our survival, you know, just basic spleen stuff. And as we're focusing on our survival, new moon in Libra, it's getting charged by the nearby moon orbit till it went to the full moon in Aries to just like embody, you know, raw consciousness of, you know, the raw families and stuff. Because Aries is just like, It's low-key also, it's like, it's a unique relationship from the collective to the individual consciousness. And I'm gonna open up my IG pretty soon. I know I keep saying that because obviously it's a whole different ball game over there. And if you've seen the IG, you've seen the IG, but like for it to be represented and by my quote unquote initiation to be incorporated, end quote, in such a way where it's inclusive to this YouTube shit, that it's just on some other shit, you know? So, but like, so when the new moon is in a certain space, it's highlighting the sun being in a certain season within the solar system, and within the seasons of the solar system, it's pointing towards a certain elemental dynamic and how that elemental dynamic needs to be there so a different balance in the solar system could actually be upheld. So when the sun is in Libra and then there's a descending moon cascade from Aries, Taurus, etc., to the next new moon, then the descending moon is reflecting and it's being even more so yin to the fact that the descending moon is still, it started and it sparked and initiated the charge from the new moon in Libra. So it's Taurus moon from the Libra new moon charge, Libra sun, and that Taurus moon and that sun dynamic, it's very like, it's daytime Venus charge for nighttime Venus. So it's like, it's super Venusian, right? It's like, it's working for like, because Venus is low-key, it's like, it's really about, Venus is really about like, you know, the youth, you know, like the whole youth in just like, and then low-key Scorpio is just about like, you know, pretty much the quote unquote, just the dark nature of the predecessors and the dark nature of like these deep predecessors. So it's the youth recognizing the family, Venus and Scorpio type of shit. So Venus, as Venus is in Scorpio, that sun character energy has been relaying, that Libra energy has been expressing itself more so. The sun in Libra has inserted itself into Venus. So Venus has got support because that's the depositor. So the sun and so the Venus and Scorpio got help, even though Venus, there's like a debilitated quality more or less, right, in Venus and Scorpio, but that kind of got resurrected based on the sun being in Libra. And things aren't as black and white as like people basically view them as. And I bring that up because it's like someone could say like, okay, Mars is exalted in Capricorn, but Saturn falls in Aries. Why is that? Because things aren't black and white. There's combinations, and those combinations dictate whether a certain celestial object could be a flow or be quote unquote a sink metaphysically. So things aren't black and white. So that's the answer to that question, because different combinations are exalting certain energy principles in such a way where some celestial objects can't be on par with that exalted combination. Saturn's debilitated in Aries because there's a combination of energy where that slowed down planet isn't necessarily in a heightened state of consciousness. So things aren't black and white like that because there's combinations in effect, you know? So this is just, so the new moon in Taurus in gate 2, it's like the moon, the energy dynamic of how the loosh is getting collected is focusing on the spotlight sector of Taurus, moon in Taurus, and the moon in Taurus is being yin, chilling out, you know, like getting comfortable by following the moon cycles. And by following the moon cycles is in a certain space from the Earth to the moon, and that moon is in the Taurus in the pocket corridor of the Taurus constellation. And as the moon is in that Taurus constellation, that moon is in the energies in the middle of springtime, where it's like everything is like it's a unique what do you call that? It's a unique rise, and it's a unique harvesting, and it's a unique like abundance, spring, right? The middle of spring, unique abundance. There's a different word I'm looking for. And within that abundance, as things come and prosperolate, it's so much abundance that then like within the fixation of the middle of spring, then we could have a unique relaxation and a receptive energy, Taurus. So within that Taurus, the moon is in Taurus, that moon dynamic being in Taurus and the sun being in Libra, it's like the earth is in like the unconscious Aries, right? And as the earth is positioned in the unconscious Aries, the sun dynamic is like pulling out of the Aries, because the sun is opposed to the earth, and the sun and the earth, they kind of like have like a unique push-pull dynamic. And within that, it's allowing the moon to do what the moon's going to do, what it does, as you know, as the sun is in Libra. So it's like we started the moon narrative moving with basic survival, Libra, and from that sun character dynamic of moon in new moon in Libra, now the moon is in a certain place in Taurus where it's to be receptive, to see like how we survive within the whole play of astrology. Because the astrologers don't necessarily talk about the whole play. The whole play is really karmic. It's really quote unquote, it's really like it's quote unquote kind of brutal, you know? Life is kind of like brutal as it is, you know? So since life is brutal as it is, you know, more or less, it's up to us to like, more or less, the astrology just being one part of it, you know, kind of like syncing with that mental shit and the energies of it, so we could actually have a better possibility and hope to rise above our karmic situations. That's how you use astrology, is to more or less kind of like reach liberation, sovereignty, and to overcome your karma, more or less. But the thing is, people don't have the disclaimer that everybody has different karmas though. And people don't necessarily recognize support, what to do, you know? They're on their own shit, you know, good luck type of shit, you know? So within all of that being said, that's the moon in Taurus right here. It's like it's in such a unique way. The moon is in such a unique spot in Taurus, where it's the charge is kind of recharging itself, for us to act in a dynamic where we could be receptive, and we could like learn how to like be nighttime Venusian, kind of chill out, you know, if we can, you know. That's the moon in Taurus. Can we chill out? And if we can't chill out, then, you know, life is life, you know. Life is doing its own shit, you know. And we just got caught up in life shit. We're coming out of life. We're an offspring of life, you know. So within that, there's other notes I wanted to say, but yeah, thank you very much.